Welcome back to tobeseen.com. I'm your host of this fray, Joe Dove. And with me, as always, is David A. Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, dude. I feel like I got you back for last week.
Awful. This is the most painful movie I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of painful movies.
Yes, it is painful.
Folks, welcome back to the Dumpster Fire Flix, the show that dives headfirst into the cinematic landfill and comes out smelling like popcorn, scorched, and regret.
A lot of regret, especially
this one. Super regret. Super regret. People don't know how to have sex in this one.
Yeah.
There's certain things that just don't work. Pants have to come off.
Yes,
we'll get into that. So I guess we should let people know what we're suffering. I mean, diving into.
Or two and two.
We're diving into the cinema fray of Birdemic, where the film director didn't know how to use microphones or just bought a really cheap boom tube over the head, or just forgot to mic the girl totally. I don't know.
And used music on parts that didn't need music, and didn't use music in parts that did need music.
Yeah, and nothing sets up sweet loving like a song of family party. Man, I really love parties and I love family, and nothing gets me hotter than putting them two together. I was like, are they serious with this? And they just emptied the club. You could tell they filmed a lot of this at night, because like there was shows that it was like the house was bright, and then behind the house was like nighttime.
Yep.
It was like, you might want to edit.
Or they conveniently kept the shutters closed or windows closed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was all right. So, what is the name of this movie? Birdemic, right?
It's Birdemic, Shock, and Terror, I believe.
There was more than just one. Oh.
No, there's 3 Birdemics, dude.
What?
There's 3 Birdemics. Yes, there is. There's Birdemic 1, 2, and 3. I've heard rumors of a musical, possibly.
By the writers that brought you Superman the musical. You thought you suffered before. Get a load of us.
So what's Birdemic? So Birdemic takes place in a city in California. I forget where it is.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Hopefully not.
I'm sure that city was like this. We don't exist.
Yes, and it revolves around a man or alien. I don't know, because the way he acted was insane.
He made some choices for this.
A man who meets a girl he knew in high school, who is a Victoria's Secret model. They decide to become romantically involved. When they wake up, suddenly birds have gone insane. And yes, they join forces with a fellow couple in the motel, the disgusting motel they were in. They decide to travel to find survival, pick up some kids on the way, not in a creepy way, and fight for their lives, only to learn a very heartfelt message about the environment and how the environment affects us all. And people get killed, children are scarred for life. And
that little girl under the car, she was it's like, all right, act scared.
Yes. At the end, they all survive for no goddamn reason whatsoever, because the birds decide, we're done.
As birds do.
As birds do.
Yeah.
As animals do. We've made our point. So yeah, off the bat, the movie starts insane.
Well, the credit roll was like 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
They got like everybody. My cousin, he brought me a Woda. Let's put him in.
And then the editing in the beginning with the waitress, she's like, "Hello, how are you today?" Yeah. The camera's over here again. "Hello, how are you today?" And then it's literally almost edited like one of those really horrible TikTok videos where it just cuts in the middle of like people going like, well, at one point I felt like I was playing a PlayStation 1 game like Resident Evil, where
the way he moved was very robotic. It was weird. It was like, my man, like, you okay? Maybe he had a hemorrhoid. I've been there. I get it.
Yeah. And he sits down at the diner, and I hate to harp on the movement here, but that waitress was, I don't know what was going on with this woman. She was a Stepford wife or a robot or whatever. But the one thing that really got me was they introduced the love interest here, a very pretty girl model, very nice, seems like a very lovely girl.
Yeah, nice person. And they just didn't like her for the whole fucking movie.
They didn't make her for the fucking movie because they didn't want to like cover her boobs or something like that. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean or like that. I'm just literally saying.
Well, even if you had a boom mic, if you put a boom mic over her, it would come out better. It was just kind of like, yeah, I'm Billy, and I'm going to be putting it in you tonight. It was like, what? I can't understand.
Yeah, and he creeps on her from the get-go. Like, he doesn't even try to hide it, not trying to play it smooth. He's literally like sits down. It's like,
yeah, this was painful. This is the first one of these movies that like I had to keep scrolling because there was so many empty moments. Like, and I don't mean like empty as in nothing was going on. I mean literally shit wasn't happening. There was just they were playing like B-roll of the beach.
Yes, or a farmer's market or a fair, a state fair at one point. Which
I was like, are you serious, Skip? You know what I mean? Like it was just like pacing. I don't know. You guys didn't learn how to do it. And how terrible were those? Like, I love when they were in the beach and then this is the only part that made me laugh.
Yeah.
They're on the beach and there's a bird. Oh, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Like, is she like on the spectrum? Why would you be touching the dead bird? Like, I didn't get that.
And it looked horrible. Like I literally said to my wife, because we've seen this before, and I literally told her, like, could he just take a blanket and wrapped it with feathers or something like that and put it in front of him? Because it looked like it looked like a screensaver. Actually, you know what? My wife actually had a good point. Have you ever played Oregon Trail?
Yes.
Those birds looked exactly like Oregon. She showed me, and it looked exactly like Oregon Trail, like that. Like,
oh my god! So you know what? Birdemic 3,
the trail,
and they all the whole cast ends up with dysentery.
Yes. And our lead, every time he talked, I kept expecting to say, yes, fellow female, human female, how are you today? He literally talked like an insane robot.
Yeah.
And also, worst salesman in the world as well. Because
I'm a salesman. You sure about that?
You sure about that? Because his whole big thing is he has this big sale and he tells the person on the phone, what number do you want for me to get your service? And preferably he says something like $2 million. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to cut it 50% off. He goes, I made $1 million sale. And I literally am going to myself,
you would have made two, you
dumbass. Like if I was your boss, I'd be like, what the fuck did you just do?
You are fired.
You're fired.
Yeah. I love how like everything's just been so much better since you and I got together. I made all these sales. And I'm like, but like the way he was saying it was just like, I felt like there was a thing behind him, like it had the like he's just reading right off the like I was waiting to go.
Yeah.
And then I made $60,000 with this sale. That's because of you. Like I'm literally waiting for just put his
he can't even say woohoo like a normal person. He can't even do that.
No.
He literally goes like, whoa, really? You're gonna go with that take? Really? You don't have to know your life.
Like this movie was done in one take. I don't feel like this was a multi-take movie. I feel like what we got at the beginning and went to the end was done in one day, and that's how they made this movie. The only thing that took a while was for them to put the horribly inserted CGI. And how about the fucking the birds going and then they're dropping bombs somehow. Yeah. All of a sudden, and they drop a bomb on the gas station, and the gas station only burns right in the middle. And I'm like, if you blow up even a little bit of the gas station, it's going to be a large explosion.
Yes.
There's a lot of oil in on that.
Yes, exactly. And I also love how they also can cut your throat out like nothing.
Yeah.
Like at one point there,
like the dude at the end, the Mexican dude.
Exactly. Like at one point, the guy with the cowboy hat, like they pull over to help this poor guy in a cowboy hat. And he's like, I need gas, because they all talk like video game characters.
Yeah.
Like, I need gas. Can you provide me gas today? And they're like, oh, we can't give you gas. We have our own gas, very limited. And by the way, the way I'm explaining it sounds normal, not in the movie.
Actually, you sound more of a trained actor than
yes. Like he goes like, oh, we can't give it to you. We can give you a ride though. And he suddenly out of nowhere takes out a gun because he has a cowboy hat. So of course he has a gun.
Yeah, of course he has.
He takes the cowboy, goes like, give me the gun. No, give me the gun.
That sounds right. Give me the gun. But you have the gun.
Yeah, give me the gun.
Give me the gun. Wait, what? Go away.
Yeah. He literally sounds like that. And suddenly a bird comes out of nowhere and just goes, and like cuts his hand. He's like, and he can't even die properly. Like he literally
he tumbles over, and then
he tumbles over, and like of course like sits down, breaks this. Like people when they die, they don't just fall to the ground. They literally lower themselves slowly, so they crawl down to like die.
Yeah, so you don't hurt yourself on the way down.
You don't hurt yourself on the way down. It's oh my god, this movie's horrible.
Yeah. All right, well, let's keep it rolling. It was bad. This is the worst movie that you put me onto yet. I'd rather watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 again. I'd rather watch Highlander 2. Oh man.
That's a Sophie's Choice, isn't it? There.
Yeah. They're close. I mean, at least they put. I don't know, man. I just don't know. They're so terrible. It's like okay. In War of the Worlds, it was so bad because like if you saw the short, so much destruction. You see like a fruit stand, everything's fine. Yeah. This one, there's like a parking lot or like the gas station, and then the birds are dropping these bombs like all over the place, and it's literally just like a shot that somebody took, and it's like a freeze frame, and all of a sudden they put CGI explosions in them, and each one is worse than the last. Yeah. And there's no destruction, so it was like,
and there's even a forest fire, which literally you could have just gone with your foot and stamped it out like that. I
felt like those fire bombs from the birds I could have put out with my foot. Like, I could have put it out with my urine and save the gas station. It was just did they puke acid at one point, or did this explode and turn into acid? Because I'm not clear. So at one point, right, guys, for you guys watching, you've never seen the movie, they're on the run. They come across these people in an abandoned bus, and there are people, and they're going, help me, help me, and they're and the CGI. I don't even say call them CGI. Let's call them like computer Paint Pro birds are just going. They got so annoying.
They really did get annoying. They really got annoying after a while, because they just don't stop. They don't stop. They just are. It's the same sound on a loop over and over and over again. Yeah. So anyway, one of the guys that they met who suddenly has an Uzi. Did they explain what? I think I missed it. Did they explain how the guy
came out of nowhere? No, it was some was it Pavlov's gun or somebody's gun?
Yeah, he suddenly had a semi-automatic gun that didn't run out of bullets until the end, of course. Yeah. So that guy decides to go get people on the bus, and they're going, no, we're gonna die. You literally are calling us to help you, and we go to help you. And they take him out, and as they're walking back, because they walk back, by the way. Yeah. They don't run back. They're fearing for their lives, and they don't run back to the car. They walk back, and suddenly yellow puke cups just washes over them and burns them to death. And so I literally was going, did the bird puke acid, or did they shoot the bird and it blew up? And
I'm not sure what happened, but I am sure that I don't ever want to see this.
And also the most unsexy movie.
Most unsexy. Like, she's had a nice body. Okay.
Oh, yeah. She was really pretty.
But she was very pretty. But they didn't take their pants off. Like the next scene when the birds are at the window, then you see the terrible cutout.
Yeah.
GIF. They weren't even CGI. They're GIFs.
Yeah.
So they overlaid this GIF, and then they're like, okay, well, let's pick up the mattress, and then like she wakes him up, and then he's fully clothed.
Fully clothed, because
that's not how the sex works. I
mean, maybe he's kinky, and he's like going like, you know what I really want to do is make me rock hard. Put my clothes back on.
Yeah, I doubt it. And even it was such an awkward, like he lays her down and they're kissing, but it's almost like he misses her mouth or something.
Yeah, like she's a good kisser. You could tell she's a good kisser because she's actually is trying.
Yeah, she's trying. Idiot. Yeah, but he's off. Yeah,
because he didn't get the Microsoft update at that point.
No, you should have went with Windows 12.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, well, one thing that'll stop these birds, this mattress. And they take the hotel mat. Now, usually hotel mattresses are bolted down.
Yeah. Disgusting mattress too.
Yeah, they're usually gross too. Like I was waiting for like blood stain at least, or a body.
Hooker.
Yeah, like I was waiting for the dead hooker. But like they've just picked it up, whoopsie-doo, and then put it up against the window and was like, yeah, that'll save us.
And they broke the wall too. You could tell that was a mistake. They actually it fell back, and I was going, oh yeah, they're gonna have to run out of there because they totally broke that thing down.
They sure did. Oh my God, so terrible.
Yeah. And then like then her friends having sex with her friend, who's coincidentally enough his friend's girlfriend. They're having sex and she's in a bikini. And it's in a very unflattering bikini also, which I was like, why did you give that poor woman that bikini?
Yeah,
it does not look good at all on you. And the guy was Chewbacca. He was it was it just grossed me out. Whenever the guy touched her, it just grossed me out so much. And I love how people, it just stuff goes on. It's not just the birds that go doing the same sound over and over and over and over again. There's moments you just go, okay, cut the camera. Like at one point they're in like the conference room and the CEO, who looks like Paul F. Tompkins, comes out and he's, oh, you guys earned your stock options today. And everybody's like, yeah. And it's going on for like a long time.
Yeah. Everything in this movie just goes on for a long time unnecessarily.
I expect people to just go, yeah. And after a while going,
yeah, exactly.
Like
a weird Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah. And then he has to record them, each individual person going up to the CEO, shaking their hand.
Yeah, that was way too long.
Why?
CEOs don't do that. They like say their speech and get the hell out of this.
Exactly. Maybe the guy who got him the horrible deal, they could have lost him $1 million, you know? It's just, what the fuck is up with that?
Oh my God. Well, we got to ask the question because I can tell you, it's very early, but when did you tap out?
That's it, I'm done.
Hey, before we get into the tap out moments, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, because if you like, share, and subscribe, I guess I got to, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't, because then I wouldn't have to watch these movies anymore. I don't know how this works anymore, but you should, because I suffer, and if you can help us out, like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you're alerted to when we have to suffer through these terrible movies that this guy puts me onto, then, you know, become a channel member and see me suffer in person.
Before we get into the tap out though, dude, I have to say, people always say, oh, I'm not going to look at wire hangers the same way again after seeing Mommy Dearest with
oh my God.
Like, no wire hangers ever.
No. And this one, this will stay in your mind forever when you look at a wire hanger, because it's literally them going,
yeah.
And I literally, as they're hitting him, go, no, you missed them. No, you missed them.
Not even close. Not even close.
It's like, it's right next to you. It's right.
Let me tell you, there was a bird movie that was done right, and it was called Birds.
The Birds, yeah,
exactly. It didn't need to be like, I was always thinking maybe they should remake that, because between animatronics today and CGI, it could be a great. And then I saw this, and I was like, you know what? No, just don't do birds. Just leave birds alone.
Now we know birds' weaknesses are wire hangers. Apparently, keeps them at bay.
I always thought it was rice, which is why you can't sell ratings anymore.
So, Joe, when did you tap out?
First, I couldn't even finish the first, like, they had such a long time with the scroll of who was in the movie and the credit scroll at the beginning. I was like, this movie came out in the 80s. It was so long. I was like,
2010.
I can't believe it. Shot on iPhone, you know, like it bothered me. And yeah, the credits, I tapped out right in the credits. I was like, this is gonna suck. And I was right. I was right. You can usually tell how credits roll how bad the movie is. Like, that's the thing I like about like modern movies. They like, oh, hey, we'll save all the credits and then we'll do an after credits. That way you stay and see who did all this stuff. Not, hey, we're gonna do 10 minutes at the beginning of the movie telling you who came in and did this movie, because it's like people already come into the movies late because you played too many trailers anyway. So yeah, it was right in the beginning. And then again, I tapped out at 6 times. This is the most I've ever tapped out. Like, it was then again when like they met, because it was such a weird, like I couldn't hear the receptionist and she's calling to get the model in or whatever. Tapped out again there. And then when they were on the beach, I tapped out again because like, what, I can't hear her. What the fuck is going on? So I tapped out then, and then I tapped out again with the fake bomb thing. Tapped out then, and then I had to speed it up because it was like, all right, there's way too much like dead space in this movie. So this is the first time I've sped through movies.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't blame you because all the real action happens 40 minutes into the film.
We finally see a dead bird 40 minutes. Look, don't touch it. Like.
Yeah. I also love, I know I'm kind of reverting here and kind of like not getting off topic, but when they escape and they find the abandoned bodega.
Watching this movie.
And they find the abandoned bodega, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they get the food. And they decide to have a picnic at the beach, and there's literally birds there's real birds, on the beach, like further down, and there's just like,
yeah. And he even ate weird.
This guy's not human.
Is he still alive? This guy?
Yes, he is, and he actually still acting apparently.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. He's still acting.
Yeah, because they got a new update. It's version 2.0.
Oh.
Yeah, and the girl is actually a good actress now. She's actually a voice actress. She's been in Young Justice. She was Stargirl in Young Justice.
Get the hell out of here! Wow.
Yeah, and she's also has been on Critical Role, which is a very famous RPG online show with voice actors. So she got on that show. She's been great. She's had a great career, and I gotta say, I think so because she's actually the best of all of them.
Yeah, she's even though I don't hear her half the time, when she does say something, it's worth it, and then she kind of assumes. Making the best of a bad situation.
She's trying. She really is trying. I mean, but yeah, as for the sound, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's one point they decide to film at the beach with the wind going, and she's going like, and that's the last scene of the movie.
Yeah, thank God.
Very clear the director's like in the environment because people just suddenly show up randomly to give a speech about the environment and how the environment's being ruined. I mean,
I'm all into the environment myself.
Yeah, me too. But I mean,
a shitty bird movie about it.
They meet a weirdo in the forest who looks like a Woody Harrelson in action with a wig. He's like randomly talking about like, I live in these woods. I've lived always in these woods. These woods are my home.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a mountain lion over there. We should go. Dude, yeah, just go. Just run out of the forest because this guy is a nut job. As for me tapping out, I think I tapped out when they started going on their first date. Because it is long and it is boring. Because, I mean, before that, there's stuff that you laugh at. Like, for example, at one point, she calls him and...
I closed a big job offer today with Victoria's Secret.
Wow, congratulations. I think you'll look great in those lingerie.
Thanks.
It's such a weird thing to say.
He's just...
So it's like, and so that makes you laugh. But once they get on the date, it's just them walking around, walking into a state fair, walking in front of abandoned buildings.
How about that dance that they
the dance? Oh my God. I go, dude, don't ever dance on camera again. Be horrible. Horrible. Like, I can't dance at all, but even I could dance better than that. He can even do a good robot. He's like literally going.
He's doing this.
So I tapped out there, and then I kind of fast forward because you do have to fast forward this movie.
You can't watch this movie.
There's no way to avoid. You can't really sit there. You have to either put it in the background in those boring parts and have a conversation with the person you're watching with, making fun of the movie, because that's the best part to do.
Yeah,
a bad movie.
Yeah.
Or you just have to watch it at 2 speed and fast forward it. Because
actually, if you watch it at 2 speed, he actually sounds better.
It does sound better, yeah. Because their phone acting skills are not there at all. And it's cut really weird because you can tell that they didn't do it right. So the director is cutting it to try to make it look some kind of semblance. I've never seen a person not be able to say the line, woohoo, or yes.
Woo woo.
He literally just goes, woohoo, or yes. Yeah, it's how can you screw that up? It's literally a word and a sound. That's all it is. And you screwed it up. But yeah, I tapped out there, and then I tapped out when they met the old man on the beach and he goes on his long lecture about the environment. And then I came back, and then when they met the tree hugger, and he's literally called the tree hugger in the credits.
Yeah.
I tapped out there, and then I came back, and I struggled really hard to get to the end. But between all that stuff, there is funny parts. The little girl who's horrible acting
under the car,
and then suddenly they find out of nowhere a little boy pops out from a trunk of a car.
Yeah,
out of nowhere, he was being He just pops out, and the guy's like, yeah, he's always been there, and just grabs him in. Point, they find a fishing rod, and the guy goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go fish," and I literally was expecting the fish to go slap, like to come out, go like, "We know about you, but the fucking birds have told about you, asshole."
Yeah.
You know, like,
well, give us a rating. I mean, this is 5 level to me. This is equally as bad as 2025 War of the Worlds, which just should not have been made. To me, they're equal. They're equally bad. And we've got a little bit of music for you. I'll turn it up just a little bit.
Oh, speaking of music, before I get into the movie tier, at one point they're clearly trying to rip off Imagine.
Oh,
they're driving up one place, and you hear the. It's altered, but I literally was going, "Imagine all the people," because the guy tries to be sneaky about it.
The rest of this movie,
like he's really trying to get that by everybody. But no, I noticed it. I was like, "No, that's Imagine, motherfucker. I know what you're doing right here."
Yeah.
Now going to the movie tier system.
Yeah.
This is David's movie tier system. It's a 1 to 5 movie tier. I've divided this movie tier because I feel this is the best way to kind of get into your zone and evolving yourself as a bad movie aficionado. Now, the first tier is a beginner tier. These are good movies that I think you should watch. If you're thinking about it, they're good movies. They're an investment. Yeah, they're bad, but you won't have to tap out. There's a lot of good, funny moments in it. You can make fun of with your friends. I usually recommend Craven the Hunter, Madam Web. Both movies that are horrible, but I can make fun of them for the entire day. I don't have to tap out to these movies. These are great movies. When I mean great is so bad it's great movies. Now, tier 2 is the fun stuff, which is Samurai Cop, The Room, and Joe, I did actually have this, and tier 2, Birdemic, I had tier 2.
Wow.
Tier 2. But after watching this and going through this experience, I am going to move this movie into a tier 3.
Wow.
Because tier 2 is The Room, Samurai Cop, and at one point I did have Birdemic. These are movies that are fun to watch, but you do have to tap out here and there. You may have to do that. You may not. It depends on your stamina.
Oh, yes, you will. This one, you will tap out.
So, yeah, with these are like Samurai Cop and The Room. These are good movies that Joe has actually seen The Room. And,
yeah, I like The Room.
Yes, and they're fun. They're stupid. They're iconic. They have really good lines that you'll be quoting to your friends. And
you tearing me apart, Lisa.
I'm fed over with this world.
I'm fed up with this world.
Hey, what's going on here? What are you doing? What's going on here? What a funny story, Mark. So these are classic lines that you'll be reciting to yourself, like The Room. Then we move on to tier 3. And tier 3, they're good, but they're tough to watch. They're very tough to watch. Like this one, Birdemic. Birdemic is a tier 3. But also Troll 2, the Star Wars Holiday Special, our lovely Highlander 2. Whatever version that you can pick, that's all on there. That's basically, these movies are movies that you do have to tap out. At one point or another, you will have to tap out during these movies because they will definitely drain your energy. They still are fun to make fun of because even with Highlander 2, we had a great time making fun of that movie. Now, tier 4. Tier 4
This is tier 4 to me.
No. We'll do a tier 4 one day. You're asking for it.
If it's worse than this, I don't know.
No. We'll do a tier 4 because you've just asked for it. You've called it thunder, my friend. Tier 4 is what I like to call the Neil Breen tier. Now, who is Neil Breen? Now, everybody talks about, when you talk about bad movies, everybody mentions Ed Wood. Ed Wood, the classic filmmaker, the classic auteur who made Plan 9 for Outer Space, who was featured in the excellent was it Oscar winning, I believe, movie Ed Wood. Neil Breen is a new Ed Wood. People have said, other directors in the past, they've said Uwe Boll, they've said Birdemic director, actually, whose name I will clearly forget.
I know it was Nugent.
Yes.
Josh Nugent.
They've considered him apparently new Ed Wood. No, my friend. Neil Breen is an artist. He's an auteur. He's a revolutionary. He's groundbreaking. Neil Breen has made the worst movies known to man, a series of worst movies. And this includes Fateful Findings, my personal favorite, a classic, my wife's favorite, Twisted Pair, and he just keeps going on and on. This is the tier you'll find actually Ed Wood, you'll find Uwe Boll, and you'll find Neil Breen, and any other movies that I feel eventually will get to this tier. Now, tier 5. Tier 5 is just pure shit. Tier 5, you will see movies as Cats, the musical, War of the Worlds.
Oh, you thought War of the Worlds was worse than this?
Yes, I believe War of the Worlds was actually worse than this. I mean, the only thing with War of the Worlds that has it going for it is that the technology, and the acting talent. One person specifically who actually does try to give a shit about his performance, which is Clark Gregg. And Clark Gregg, why, sir? Why? You're better than this. But anyway,
I needed the money, man.
yeah. So exactly, War of the Worlds with our Shakespearean actor Ice Cube is tier 5, but also a movie that is actually the worst of the worst. That I don't know, Joe. Do you think now Birdemic has beaten this movie? And the movie I'm referring to is Ang Lee's The Hulk.
Oh,
do you think this is worse than Ang Lee's The Hulk?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because at least Absorbing Man gave a really dope speech at the end of Ang Lee's The Hulk.
Wow, I am shocked, dude. I am shocked that
this
you this a tier 5.
Wow.
Worst. This is the first time we've actually disagreed on a tier. This is amazing. So that is David's 5-tier movie system.
Well, I think we've suffered enough, and I think if you sat through this whole thing, I applaud you. It's probably better than the Birdemic movie, that's for sure.
Yes, and it's actually inspired me for our next movie.
No.
Yes, because environment. This is have very important thoughts about the environment, and yes, and there is a movie that actually does talk about the environment. In fact, the environment is the villain of this movie. And I am, of course, speaking of The Happening.
Oh, no. You don't care about the bees? I remember. I saw that. That was an awful movie.
Yes. So our next episode will be The Happening.
The bees?
What? No.
You don't care about the bees? Neither do you, Marky Mark. Shut the fuck up. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Joe Dove. This is Dave Oro. Be sure to suffer with us next time.
See you guys.